Well, what I thought I'd do today is walk you through the workspace and through some of the basic things in Photoshop that you'll find that you can use. Uh, it comes with several workspaces. You click this arrow right over here in the top right hand corner. It'll show you the workspaces. It comes with Essentials, 3D, Graphic, Web, motion, painting, and photography. So I swap it to photography. That gives you the main things you need for photography. It gives you your history panel, so you can go back in history and see what you've done, or back up in history. It gives you an action panel. It gives you a properties panel. It gives you a info panel. It gives you a color picker, so you can select different colors, and you can pull these out and make them bigger. It gives you your color swatches, and you can select different ones. I'll click on that yellow. It says put yellow over in the left hand corner, foreground color. Watch it swap to red now. So you can pick different colors from your swatches. You can also save colors to your swatches. It gives you your brush settings. You need the brush tool to be selected for this to be active, but it'll all the different things you can do with a brush. Brushes are amazing what you can do with those. This gives you your brushes. They've even got in Photoshop now since 2021 come out, so I can type the name of a brush in if I want smoke, and see my smoke brushes show up, so I can select the smoke brush from that. Or if you want foliage, oops, hit the wrong button there. If you want foliage, let's get that selected up there. Foliage. See my foliage brush is coming up now, down here. I'm not sure how you spell foliage. All these are foliage brushes. Come up here. So I say if you can find the brush if you're having trouble finding it. And also gives you clone source. This is where you can change your clone tool around when you're using your clone tool. It comes in real handy sometimes. Like I said, this is a photography workspace, and you can change and create your own. I created this one here I call Alvin's Workspace. It has different things I bought or felt like I needed to use throughout Photoshop, and I bought different things through the years, like this panel here. You can do different things with this panel. You can flip it and use this side of it and do things on that side. But that's a pretty good panel that comes from Blake Lewis. You can also have a panel just for like luminosity. This is my luminosity panel. So if I want to get into selecting areas by luminosity, I just go to this panel and use it. But I like to stay mostly in Alvin's workshop. If you ever mess up your panel and get something out here like this, say now, you wonder, wait, what are you going to do now? In Photoshop I mess up like this sometimes. You wonder, what am I going to do? All you got to do is come up here, see the check marks on Alvin's Workspace, so that's what I'm in. So I come down here where it says Reset Alvin's Workspace and click on that, and it goes right back where it was. So then do it with any of these. Pull them out. You got a mess. You don't know what to do. You got stuff all over the place. You wonder, oh man, how am I going to get this thing straightened out? Just go up there and go Reset Alvin's Workspace, and it all goes right back where it was. That simple. Another thing about Photoshop, it's got your toolbar on the left hand side, and you can have it lengthways like this, or you can have it side by side like that by clicking that little button up above your toolbar. I like to keep mine lengthways just because I'm used to it. Now say I'm hunting a brush tool. I want to use my brush tool in Photoshop, and I'm not sure where it's at. I think it's right here. So it says mixer brush. So I'm going, where is my brush tool? So you can right click on this and you can find it that way. But if you say you was on color replacement tool and you couldn't remember where it was, all these spots that's got a little asterisk beside it, you can right click on this other tools here under there. Well, if you couldn't find it, you come over here to the top right hand corner, that little magnifying glass, click on that. Type in that brush tool, and watch my tool bar on the right, on the left of it, watch that tool bar. Click on the brush tool. All right, now see it, it's dark right here. Around that it's dark. That's my brush tool now. It's selected by me. So anytime you have trouble finding the tool, just click on that little magnifying glass up there. That's your search field, and type in what you want. See if I want clone stamp, and type in clone stamp. See clone stamp tool. Click on that. Hit enter. Double click it for a minute. Has my clone stamp right there. It don't work if you enter. You have to double click the clone stamp tool. If I want a pattern stamp tool, I click that. Now you can see the pattern stamp tool up there. If I want my clone stamp, so I go back to that. Now it's the clone stamp. So that's how that search field works. Up on your toolbar, like I said, anytime you see a little asterisk there, there's tools under it, you just right click on it and it shows you what tools are there. You can go up to up top. This is your options for your tools up here. Say if I'm on the healing brush tool, these are the options I can choose to use that for. That's what I want my spot healing brush tool. Mainly use create content aware. I'm sorry, content aware. I couldn't say it. You know, we use content aware on that. It works real good. You want to take out that limb right there. With the content aware, you just go over that limb and it's gone. That's where your brushes are found. Just up top up here is your menu bar. I hope this has been some help. If you need any help with Photoshop, and I can help you in any way, I'd be glad to do it. All you have to do is email me. Email me at alvincarroll66 at comcast.net. That's Alvin Carroll 66 at comcast.net. I'll be glad to help you in any kind of way. Till next time.